Second Sutta, Welama Sutta AN9, Part 1. This Sutta is commented by Venerable.Pallegama Samita Maha Thero, great expert in Pali and Damma. The text was read by his disciple, Marma Chandadoti Thero. Appamadena Bhikkhave Sampadeta. Monks, do not delay. Why? Dullabho Buddhappado Lokasmin. The Buddha rarely appears in the world. Dullabho Manusatta Patilabho. It is almost impossible to get a human birth. It is next to impossible. Dullabha Khana Sampatti. The presence of conditions for listening to the Damma. Fullness of bodily sensations, the right to conscience is rare. What does this mean? Fullness of bodily sensations means complete body without any defect of the senses, mainly the senses. If the senses are not working, ear, nose, eyes, the tongue, the tasting faculty, the bodily, the sensation, all the five sensations, and the mind. If all these organs are not working well, you cannot understand Dhamma. You can listen to Dhamma. You cannot hear the Dhamma. And the other thing is, if you have all the senses correct, if you are living in not a right place, where Dhamma is not allowed, for example, in some religions, they don't allow to listen to some other point of view. So they are wrong. They have wrong views, but there is no liberty to listen to a right view. There are many religions. All the religions are like that. So if you have the right liberty, freedom to listen, not everywhere it is available. So during the Buddha's time, it is free, but still, because there was some segregation, some sections of the people, they didn't have right to listen. The women were not allowed to study education, like that. Dullabha Pabbajja, monasticism, leaving worldly pleasures to become Buddhist monk, is almost unseen. So living as a Buddhist monk is not allowed in some countries. Even in the modern society, so-called civilized world, Buddhist principles are not taken as scientific and very healthy principles. For example, celibacy, living without any sex, it is against Buddhists, against their modern science, healthy life, and not eating in the evening after 12 o'clock is totally against healthy life according to science. Dullabang Saddhamma Savanang. It is extremely rare to hear the truth. You can't hear the truth. Even the normal truth you cannot hear. Not to say about the supreme truth, ultimate truth. Dullabho Sappurisa Sansevo. It is very, very rare you can have communication with the noble people. The Sappurisa is the noble, those who have the purified mind. Part 1. This sutta is mentioned in the Anguttara Nikaya 9th Nipata. We do not disclose suttas, discourses given by Buddha on the Navaka Nipata systematically from the very beginning, but comment by selecting a specific sutta from the Navaka Nipata. We call this sutta Welama Sutta. It also has a historical story. This is not included in the sutta. There's a pre-relationship also. Some parts are missing in the sutta. The sutta begins as follows. Once when Buddha was at Savatthi, capital of Kosala, Anathapindika Situ, Anathapindika is the chief Dayaka devotee, the rich merchant came to Jetavana to meet the Buddha. Instead of his name Sudatta, he was popular as Anathapindika because of his generosity toward the helpless. He carries 4 lines of food, almsgiving. Therefore, he received the nickname Anatha. Anatha means the helpless, which means helper for the helpless. Buddha has called him by both names, Sudatta and Anathapindika. This rich merchant used to come to the monastery Jetavana twice a day He's so devoted like the Visakha. But for some reason, this devotee, Anathapindika, didn't come for last few days. So then when he came, the Buddha asked Situ, this devotee, how he asked the question indicates that there should be a reason for his absence. Why Buddha asked a sure devotee? He is every day he is giving dana, alms. Why Buddha asked, do you still continue to give alms daily? Buddha asked. This Situ had a problem, otherwise no reason to ask a question like this. This Situ's mandir is on the way to Jetavana. If somebody goes even today, you can see it. Today, monastery, today you can see the remains of Situ's mandir. There was a pandal in front of it. This is an entrance, gateway. There was a goddess who lived in this pandal. This goddess is not a right vision goddess, Michadishtika goddess. Right vision is a Sammaditi. Wrong vision is Michaditi. It is clear she didn't like to see a line of donations in this, because when various great noble bhikkhus, those who are in the path and attain the truths of Nibbana, come here, she has to get off the pandal. There's a great trouble. That was a great trouble for her. Because of that, she needed to stop these donations, because the monks will not come if she stopped. So she destroyed all the rice in Situ's warehouses in one day. She made all the gold, silver, pearls, and gem, all what assets in this Situ's possession disappear in one day. Situ was not moved. He was not carried away by the problem. Anyway, he called all the workers under him and told them to come and cut grass for the horses from his grasslands. He had grasslands. Then with the money they earned from selling that grass, they brought broken rice and gave it to the great Sangha along with Kadi gravy. Kadi gravy is a famous gravy in the suttas. This is how Kadi Hodi, our teacher explains how the Kadi Hodi is made. It is not in the sutta. My Bhante has somehow learned from somewhere. You boil broken rice because it is cheaper, with plenty of water and salt. Put some salt, chili and lime to the porridge. And that is what makes it Kadi. So you take the excess water when it is boiling and you put oil, chili and all these things, and it is called Kadi Hodi. Hodi means the gravy. That is how alms to Sangha have been given for a few days now. So Situ's visit to Buddha today happened in the meantime. It was when he came that the Buddha asked this question, whether he was giving alms continuously. The Situ devotee merchant replied, "Sir, I am giving alms, but not as well as before." The Buddha then asked, How is that? How do you give now?" The Situ explained everything. "Because of that incident, I now only serve Sangha broken rice with Kadi gravy." "Oh, that is okay," Buddha said. "Don't think that the donation is small. The greatness of the donation is not determined by the things given. So at that time, the Buddha preached this sutta. "Situ Tumani," he addressed the Situ, "I will tell you something. Listen. Once upon a time, long time ago, there was a very wealthy and powerful Brahmin called Welama. That Brahmin thought, I have a lot of wealth. I should donate alms. But there was no Buddhism at that time. So whom these donations be given to? Just to the ordinary mundane people in the village. Spread the word, that the news about this donation all around, and started to giving it away. How did they give these dana donations away? He gave gold to those who came asking for gold. He gave silver to those who came asking for silver. I'll also tell you how he gave it. He offered 84,000 golden balls full of silver and 84,000 silver balls full of gold. Not only that, 84,000 alloy, special 5 metals, alloys, balls full of pearls and gems, also 84,000. Not only that, he donated 84,000 elephants decorated with golden chains and ornaments. Also 84,000 decorated horses, 84,000 decorated chariots, carpeted and cushioned harness to horses. Not only that, but various clothes. How did the Brahmin perform puja of these clothes? He donated full set of clothes required for a man and woman. Do you think how many sets of clothes he donated? He donated 840 billion such sets of clothes. Should I say how much food and drinks he donated? No, you understand. Even though this much was given as alms, as food or whatever it is, Brahmin Welama was not satisfied of the amount given as donation. So thinking so, the Brahmin decided to give away all the possessions, whatever in his house, telling the people to take whatever they like. So Buddha said, Situ Tumani, he addressed the Situ. You may think that the Brahmin Welama was someone else. Don't think so. This Brahmin Welama was same me at that time as a bodhisattva. Bodhisattva is the life of a would-be Buddha's life when he is perfecting some paramitas. Paramita means the qualities. But if this Brahmin were to offer a single meal to a monk, Buddha says, male or female monk, who achieved Sotapanna path of fruition, Magga or Phala, it would be worth more than all the offerings he has ever made so far, Buddha said. A donation, alms giving to one Sakradagami who has only one birth is more fruitful and more beneficial than a donation to 100 monks or nuns achieved so on up to 7 births. A donation, alms giving to one Anagami who is non-return is more fruitful and more beneficial than a donation to 100 monks or nuns achieved Sakradagami, once returner. A donation, alms giving to one Arahant, fully liberated from birth, is more fruitful and more beneficial than a donation to 100 monks, nuns achieved Anagami or non-returner stages. Donations, alms giving to one Pacheka Buddha, who is fully self-liberated from birth, is more fruitful and more beneficial than a donation to 100 monks or nuns achieved Arahant status, who is fully liberated from birth. A donation, alms giving to one Samma Sambuddha, fully self-liberated from birth, who can teach millions and millions of beings the path to liberation, is more fruitful and more beneficial than a donation to 100 Pacheka Buddha, fully self-liberated from birth. There is donation even more beneficial and more fruitful than a donation to Samma Sambuddha, which is the highest punya karma one can achieve in a private donation. That is the donation to the community of monks and nuns, Sangha. Such a donation we do normally today in our houses called Sangika Dana. Buddha Pamukassa Bhikkhu Sanghassa is a donation made to the Buddha of the world, the Arahants and other noble practitioners, more valuable than a personal donation to the Buddha. The Buddha also taught in the sutra that there is an even more valuable donation. What is this donation? We will learn about it in our next part 2. Please remain with us. Theruvan Saranai.